Hello, World Wide Web. Welcome to the Hangin' With Web Show. I'm GW Pomichter. Thanks for logging on and tuning in. If you haven't done it yet, go on down and subscribe to the channel. Come back over and over, see some amazing authors, artists, filmmakers, creators of all kinds. We're here this weekend at Space Coast Book Lovers in Cocoa Beach, Florida, hosted by Terry D. Zedney. And we're hanging with author Joan Hazel, the author of The Last Guardian. Thank you very much for hanging with us.
Thanks
for coming in. Yeah. So let's talk about The Last Guardian.
Okay.
All right, give us the book blurb.
Commandos, shapeshifters, go to hell, battle the gods, get the girl. How's that?
Dude, that's awesome. That's like best weekend ever.
It's in a nutshell. You know,
that's great.
Yeah.
What inspired this story? Where did this come? You're just driving down the street. You're like, I have to tell this story.
You know, it's actually kind of like that. My gods are Norse gods. It's a lot of people write with the Greek or Roman when it comes to that. I was actually mowing my yard, and at the time we had a big yard, and we were cleaning out and all this stuff, and I thought, what would happen if somebody found out that they inherited a huge estate, but the thing was they had to watch over shapeshifters? And so in my head, 4 characters were born that were the 4 commando shapeshifters, and they kind of came out of the woodwork, and there they were.
That's cool.
That's where they came from.
That's the way to get us. If the Norse gods are going to speak to you, it's while you're working. Because
Yeah.
they're burly, kind of. It's while you're doing yard work.
Yeah. Thor is like, let's go have a pint after you get done, and we're good.
If you have a pint with Thor, it's, wow.
Yeah.
Just be careful of the hangover.
Exactly, because he
Thor,
likes big pints are more like
pints,
gallons.
Yeah, exactly. Awesome cover, by the way.
Thank you.
This is a great. So, how long have you been writing?
Like this for about 5 years, but you know, I was one of those kids who wrote stories all the time and made up things, and you know, would go tell the family, "Oh, this happened and that happened," and they're like, "Yeah." Go on.
Oh, yes, Joan is here again. She has another story.
Yeah, what's it
and
about
now? Look. See? Now look. Now there's a book. Now there's books, correct?
Books. This is a series. The Last Guardian starts the series.
Okay.
The 4 shapeshifters, there's one that's a coyote, and the other 3 are wolves.
Okay.
They're all about 200 years old, so they've been around for years and years. And so each book will go through one shifter and basically focus on him.
Cool. Very nice.
Yeah.
And our fellow that inherits the estate with all this responsibility, we're following him through here. Her through here. These are genre paranormal romance. Ish.
Romance kind of takes a side seat
to the
overall story.
Okay, fantastic. Well, writing paranormal books today, in addition to being a creative art, there is so much lore to follow and to keep up with, and of course readers know it all.
Yes.
So if you get it wrong, they'll come after you.
They do.
That's right. So, a lot of research.
Tons.
Most interesting thing that you didn't know about your characters before you started researching that you might have found out along the way? What stands out? Something that you, well, I didn't know that.
Do you know, I didn't know the goddess Hel that well, and she guards the underworld in the Norse mythology, which is where we get our term for hell from, actually comes from her. And I didn't know a lot about her. I knew bits and pieces. She actually becomes a very prominent character, not so much in this one, she makes an appearance, but in the second one, Burdens of a Saint. She
Okay.
becomes a very prominent character, and I learned a lot about her, and she actually became my favorite god.
Well, one of the interesting things about Norse mythology that differs so dramatically from what we think of as classical mythology is the role of women in Norse mythology. They're very warrior-like. They have the same tendencies and the same attributes as the men.
Yes.
Which is very cool.
Yes.
To have a classical, way back in the day,
Yeah.
and they had these really powerful, female deities. There are only a handful through the classic mythology, through Roman and Greek mythology. There are only a handful of those.
Right.
Okay. Well, we're going to put links down below to
Okay.
your social media presence, to your books, so people
Awesome.
can find those, and to Amazon and all of those places. And now we want your readers to get to know you a little bit.
Okay.
So we're moving on to the segment of the show that we have lovingly nicknamed Clickbait.
Uh-oh. Okay.
I love that response. That's awesome. Okay. Clickbait are those headlines on the internet that you just can't look away from.
Okay.
It's scandal at your favorite place. And
Sure.
you look over there, and it's really not that scandalous, but the headline was, what drew you in.
Right.
Well, we've put our own spin on that. I sent the girls out to the internet, and I said to them, find me the most ridiculous questions you can find. I will ask my guests, and we will see what their answers are. And if we can find inside the guest, it'll be author Joan Hazel said this.
Okay.
If you were a crayon,
Okay.
what color would you be?
Purple.
Purple.
Yes.
All right. Vibrant. I like that.
Very easy.
And I don't know where these come from.
Uh-oh.
A squirrel scampers down a tree to sit next to you on the grass, carrying a crayon. What does he say, or what does he want to draw? A squirrel
With a crayon.
with a crayon. You don't see those so much.
He probably just looks at me and goes, "Person!"
I'm sorry, that was actually much funnier than I thought it was going to be. It just did. Well, you write paranormal.
Yeah.
You write shifters.
Yes.
Great, powerful, supernatural creatures. What would the ultimate superpower or supernatural ability be?
For me?
Absolutely.
Oh, invisibility.
Invisibility. Every writer wants to be invisible.
Oh, yeah, because we watch everybody
We're
anyway.
people watchers.
Yeah.
And now we can watch them, and they won't even know it.
Exactly.
That's cool.
That's why.
Very cool. Well, if you could travel in time, would you rather witness the future or change the past?
That's a toughie.
Yeah, we get deep.
Yeah, yeah. I would like to go back to the past. I don't know that I would like to change anything of the past.
Just kind of check it out.
I just
from a
want to
first-person account. Yeah.
That
be
I would
cool.
like. I don't want to
That
really
would be
change
cool.
it.
Yeah, that's the thing about that past travel thing. They got that butterfly effect thing in my head, and I
Yeah, I don't want to go messing with that.
I'm loving life. Why would I change anything? So, if we did a Google search, what do you think we'd find? What's the weirdest thing about you?
I'm a psychic.
That's cool. We'll give it weird, but cool. That is really cool.
I'm a
And
psychic. Yeah.
are you a professional? Do you work as a medium or a psychic?
I not full time, but I do work as
do
a
readings
as a
and-
psychic. Yes.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That is pretty. Do you consult?
I do not consult.
Okay.
I would love to, but I've never been put in that position.
Wow. It was cool.
Yeah.
So, they just showed me you're doing readings at your table.
I am. If you sign up for my newsletter,
Uh-huh.
you are actually put in a drawing to win a free reading with me.
Aha. Okay. That's kind of cool, by the way. We didn't lead with that, guys? Really? Really? My staff is fired. That's That's fantastic. Where are you going to be next? Where can readers find you?
Next, I am not scheduled for anything until October, which I will be at the Friends of Deltona Library, which I'm from Deland area, and it's a local one that I'll be at in October.
Very, very cool. We'll look for those things. We'll put those links down below so people can find you. That's the card that says that we have to wrap it up. We've had simply too much fun.
It is fun.
And so we are going to say a very special thank you to the folks that share, our creators, our authors, and our artists all over the World Wide Web, the folks at Something Unique Magazine, the Florida Book News, Wordfire Press, Space Coast Comics, and Famous Faces and Funnies. And of course, we want to thank especially Space Coast Book Lovers for inviting us in to do what we do and to enjoy the people we do it with. Thank you guys so much. I'm G.W. Pomichter. We've been hanging with author Joan Hazel, the writer of The Last Guardian, which is the first in a series.
Yes.
Check them out, Paranormal Online. Look at the links. Remember, folks, subscribe, log on, tune in, and see who we're hanging with next. Thank you.
Thank you.